Buddy, how you been? I missed you. I missed talking to you, and I'm happy to be talking to you here on a beautiful Monday. Talking about one of my favorite comic franchises, the DC Comics universe. Do I sound sarcastic? Well, maybe because I am. Frankly, never been a big DC fan. I think DC has a lot of problems, and those problems are becoming more and more evident with time. Outside of Batman is great. We all love Batman. Wonder Woman, take her or leave her. Superman, it's always hard to like Superman. He's too powerful, right? Isn't that the problem? But there are ways to do it. There are ways to do these characters right. I have seen great Superman stories. I've seen great Wonder Woman stories. You know, The Flash could be great if Ezra Miller would stop punching women. We're not talking about that, though. We are talking about the upcoming overhaul of DC as a franchise as a whole. They're changing it all up. And will this be the next Marvel? We're going to find out. Don't forget, hit subscribe, click the button, join the Veto Nation. And we're going to talk about a big story. Big story is that Warner Brothers Discovery is exploring an overhaul of the DC entertainment. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Discovery, I don't understand how this worked. Discovery closed a $43 billion deal for Warner Media. Now I was confused. I'm like, wait, Discovery bought Warner? How is Discovery that profitable? And then I looked it up and I went, okay, they got Food Network, they got Travel Channel, I guess all those channels, people just put it on and just sit there and watch it. Oprah Winfrey Channel. And it is kind of sad to consider that Discovery seems to be more profitable than Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers, who you think owns all these properties like, let's say DC Comics, they own the Looney Tunes, Harry Potter, Gremlins, everything, Space Jam. They own all these different properties, and yet they're making not as much, less money than Discovery, which pretty much is the big maker in this deal. It's a merger; they're coming together, but it's clear that Discovery is the top dog in this deal for $43 billion. And with that comes a new chief in town, a new chief. The chief is David Zaslav, CEO of this new combined corporate merger. Let me see a picture of David. Do I trust David? Oh, I don't know if I trust this guy. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I kind of like this guy. Hold on. Let me see there. All right, I kind of like this guy. Maybe this guy's got some good ideas. David Zaslav. Well, what do you got for me, David? I don't know about the this guy. David wants to turn DC, and they're using this stupid corporate talk, turn DC into its own solidified content vertical. I got a vertical piece of solidified content that if I don't pass it in the next 5 days, I got to go to the doctor. Solidified content vertical, the hell does that mean? Well, that basically means that right now, DC Comics exists in this weird state of we don't know what we're doing with this thing. Now, you would have thought that after they saw the wild success of the Marvel movies, they would have said, we got to do everything in-house. We got to own all our characters and produce it all ourselves. But as we know, they farm these characters out to different places. The CW, has their own Flash TV show and everything else. I don't actually know what Warner Brothers, do they own the CW? Regardless, it's like its own separate universe. I think somebody else was talking about right now, I didn't even realize this. Did you know there's an Alfred Pennyworth TV show on what is it called? It's on like one of the Epics, I think, EPIX. You know, there was the Gotham TV show, and it's all like weirdly, some of them it's connected, some of it's not, some of them are in the same universe, some of them aren't. And basically this David guy, let's see him again, he's going, what are you guys doing? Take it all in-house. We make a cinematic universe, a real cinematic universe, and stop letting other people play around with our characters. And I can't say 100% it makes sense to me. The question is, can Warner Brothers pull it off? Because we've seen a lot of other people try to do these cinematic universes, and they've never really made it happen. I mean, and it's also confusing. I mean, we have like the Joker movie with what's his name, Joaquin Phoenix. There's going to be a Black Superman movie. It really feels like Warner Brothers is without direction. But here's what Zaslav. Now, this is from an insider. We don't have any actual quotes, but somebody at the company says, Zablev believes the success of the merger, which has left the company highly leveraged. So they're in a very interesting position financially. This is a big deal, big money getting passed around, and they need to prove this was a good idea, bringing the brands together. And he believes that the important thing is unlocking the full potential of the DC Comics universe of characters. Basically, the shareholders are going to go, why the hell did you buy Warner Brothers? The company was profitable. You just gave away $43 billion. And he's looking over at Disney that famously bought bought Marvel back in the day for like nothing. I think they paid like $3 billion for Marvel. It was like the cheapest thing in the world. I think they paid like $10 billion for Star Wars. Still pretty cheap considering on what they got back. So Zaslav now, who has spent $43 billion on Warner Brothers, has to go, listen, if we can replicate the success of this Marvel thing, where let's be clear, a good Marvel movie will bring back $1 billion, $2 billion, I think maybe $3 billion at the box office, it's going to pay for itself. If he screws it up, this man's not going to be wearing sunglasses and pointing at you. He's going to be in the doghouse. He's betting big on the DC cinematic universe. Now, what he seems to be thinking is that there's big success with Aquaman and the Batman. Aquaman was a huge hit. I did not realize this. I was looking at the box. Aquaman, I think, made more than any other DC movie. Aquaman made more than, like, Dark Knight. Shocking. And we have an Aquaman 2 coming. We'll see if it does that again. But he's saying they lack a coherent creative brand strategy, which we obviously agree with. Nobody knows what's going on ever since Zack Snyder left. We're very confused. It seems like they're just throwing things at the wall. He also believes that projects like Todd Phillips' Joker are a shining example of how second-build characters from the DC library can and should be exploited, like Harley Quinn. Well, the Harley Quinn movie was a disaster. That I would argue, though, why'd they go PG-13 with it? If they'd made an R-rated, balls-to-the-wall Harley Quinn comedy, it could have worked. The big thing in the sentence I skipped over, Discovery believes that several top-shelf characters, such as Superman, have been left to languish and need to be revitalized. Well, that makes me raise a question. Batman v Superman. How far out are we from... This is technically the last Batman movie. 2016. That's crazy. It has been now 6 years since we got a proper Superman movie. Now, you can say Justice League... It's technically a Superman movie, but he only really shows up at the end. Even that, 5 years since Justice League. And people are going, where's my... I mean, this is the core DC Comics character. I mean, I don't want to tell studios that they need to be rushing this content out. But let's be clear. When you have a cash cow... like a Superman, I think most people will go to see a Superman movie. I think you can make a decent one. Man of Steel is not terrible. I have some love in my heart for Man of Steel. It is bizarre to not say. I would expect a Superman movie once every 5 years, especially if you're trying to make a cinematic universe, as they're clearly trying to do. Now, maybe this Flash reboot is going to get us all set up, but clearly Zaslav is like, guys, we own Superman, for the love of God. People like Superman. Around the world, he's a recognizable icon. Why are we not making a Superman movie? We got like a dumb TV show. Again, it's a complicated brand strategy. What is that TV show where he's got kids now? That's the biggest problem with DC. I have no idea. None of the shows, some of them connect to each other, some of them don't. You know, there's like 80 different Supermans. Just pick a Superman. Get what's-his-name back. Get Cavill. Cavill was great as Superman. Anyway. DC has started to figure out ways for its big screen films to inspire more streaming content. Peacemaker, very successful spinoff. There's also going to be a Penguin TV show with, I don't know why they're doing that. There was supposed to be a Gotham City Police TV show, which has been canceled from the new Batman movie. Again, it feels like there is no strong brand strategy here. Say what you want to say about Disney. There is a very obvious strategy as to what they're doing with their different lines. Like, I look at Star Wars, and even if I don't like the shows they're putting out, I go, I know what they're doing. They have a plan for certain characters, for certain time periods. It's all going to be a shared universe. That part of it's smart, okay? The actual output that they put out there is terrible. A lot of the shows are very bad. Mandalorian's okay. But at least I see the strategy. Same with Marvel. They've wisely said, after Endgame, they're like, let's relax. We'll do a couple TV shows to fill in the spots. We have WandaVision, Hawkeye, Falcon and Lunar Soldier, okay. Lets us test some concepts out, test some characters out, see if they'll be popular. And now we're going to get Thor, Love and Thunder is going to be kind of the big return to Marvel on the big screen, and we'll see where that takes us. But right now, with DC, again, we have what? Aquaman 2 coming. There's going to be a Shazam 2. Black Adam. We have a Alfred Pennyworth TV show. Look, this could be good. This could be bad. Let me look at this guy again. David, where are you at, David? David, I had a great picture of you, and then you disappeared. There he is. David, I mean, you're not wrong, but it's also the most obvious idea in the world. Like, we own Superman. We should make Superman movies. Sure. But I'm going to say, I think you need to pick a guy. You got to find a leader, okay? And I don't know if it's you. Maybe it's you. Is this guy going to be the next Kevin Feige? I don't know. But you need a guy who understands comics, who understands the... Honestly, why not give the job to James Gunn? I think he would do it. I think if you told James Gunn, you're in charge of our DC universe, you can make all the R-rated, crazy, whatever, funny stuff, but find us some directors for these other movies, come up with a strategy... That would be great. Everything Gunn does, he knocks out of the park. I don't know who else would do it. Okay, he tried Zack Snyder. He was a little too dark. Clearly, people want fun, funny, stupid superhero movies. I don't know. But you got to find a guy to run it. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you pointing at me. Let me know. You're not wrong that Warner Brothers could be doing a lot more with DC. They could have a much more coherent brand strategy. But I'm still wondering who you're going to get who can write this ship. Because I don't know who it is. I have no idea. Maybe it's... I hope it's you, buddy. There you go. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Is this... What do you want to happen for DC? Like, how do they make a universe out of this? The collapse of the whole DC cinematic universe under Zack Snyder was so incredible. And they're now sitting there with some stuff that works. Aquaman's okay. You know, the second Wonder Woman movie wasn't great, but everybody still likes, what's her name? Gal Gadot for some reason. The Flash is out here punching women. You got a bunch of TV shows that don't connect to the movies. You got more movies that don't connect to the other set of movies. Should they just keep just making anything like the way they've been doing? Or is it time to finally sit down and go, okay, let's have a strategy. Let's have everything under one umbrella. Let's stop farming our characters out to other, people. I don't know. It sounds good in theory, but Warner Brothers has screwed so much up in the past that I don't know if this pointy guy, I don't know if he's going to right the ship. Let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, join the Veto Nation, and sign up for the mailing list for my comic book, superkiller.org, which will hopefully be coming to crowdfunding services this summer. You want to get on that mailing list so you know when that goes live. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Peace and love. All right.